everyone! This is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time. When I was first starting out, I would always look up videos like this to see what people would make, you know, just to satisfy my curiosity and also to kind of see like potentially what I could earn. But almost all the videos that I would see on YouTube were like, I made like $30,000 in my first month, and I'm like it sets the bar real high. And let me be completely honest with you, you don't make a lot of money as a small creator. No matter how great you are, YouTube, Instagram, and all these social media platforms, it is a little bit of a luck game. So you do have to get a little bit lucky that your videos do really well. Otherwise, you could be chugging along creating content for over a year like I have, and you're barely making anything. That being said, I still make more than I ever thought I would doing this, because I honestly started doing this just completely for fun. We moved to Nashville from Miami, so I kind of wanted to document our journey and, you know, just capture all the progress that we would make in our new home. So honestly, considering that I wasn't really trying to make something out of this, I think I'm making a pretty decent amount of money. So I want to share with you all how much money I made in my first 6 months as a monetized content creator. I want to talk to you about my different income streams, because I don't make all my money from YouTube. And I also want to talk about a couple of things that I feel nobody mentions about making money as a content creator, especially not as a really small account, which is something that I wish that more people would have talked about, so I could have known ahead of time before I started on this journey. So I'll talk about each one of my income streams one by one and go a little bit more in depth into them and tell you how much money I made in each one. Right now, I think I have 2.5k subscribers on YouTube and only like 900 something followers on Instagram. So I'm a pretty tiny micro account. But the point is, if you are a small creator, even if you're just doing this on the side for fun, you can actually make money from it. It might not be a ridiculous amount, but you have to be smart about it and have a lot of different income streams. So my first income stream that you probably wouldn't consider as a content creator is Facebook Marketplace. I make most of my money from Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. So this is one of those things that I feel nobody talks about being a content creator. Being a content creator is expensive. You have to buy stuff in order to create content. In my case, I wasn't really trying to buy things to create content at the beginning, because I was just, again, documenting our experience and our move here. So obviously I was buying things and sharing that online. But once you are a full-time content creator, or you're just like doing it consistently, you have to keep buying things in order to make content. So you've probably noticed that I've gone down to only like monthly haul videos, because it's expensive and I don't want to keep buying and buying things when I don't really need them. And I also don't want to encourage you to keep buying things if you don't necessarily need them, you know? But now, why Facebook Marketplace is one of my biggest income streams is precisely because of that, because I was buying a lot of things, still trying to figure out my style. So a lot of those things I ended up selling. I am going to make a separate video entirely just about Facebook Marketplace and just give you my tips and tricks on what sells really well and all of that. But last year on Facebook Marketplace, between May and December, I think I sold like $1,600 worth of things. Some of those things I was just selling my old things, so I probably like just broke even and covered the cost of the item. But a lot of those things I actually made money off of, considering I thrift a lot and like buy a lot of budget finds. So you can make a lot of money. And I wasn't trying to do that. I was just kind of like, oh well, I bought this rug and it didn't work out, so I'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace to kind of recover so I can buy my next rug. I wasn't really trying to make a business out of it, but I can definitely see how reselling on Facebook can be very profitable. So again, we'll talk about that all together in a separate video. That was my first official income stream as a content creator, which I didn't even think would become an income stream. So now what you would consider the more like typical content creator income streams, I have 4. I have Google AdSense, YouTube AdSense, LTK commissions, and Amazon affiliate marketing. Now, the first thing I want to say before I get into any of these that nobody ever talks about is you don't see that money for a very long time. Most of these programs have a minimum amount that you need to make before they'll even pay you out. And if you're a small creator, people aren't buying stuff all the time, and if they are, it's a tiny little commission. So it takes a really long time to get to like the $25 minimum or the $100 minimum, depending on the program. And I'll talk a little bit more about it, especially when I get to the LTK portion, but there's closing times too. So even if you've made it to that minimum, it could take months and months before you actually see that money. So if you're interested in becoming a content creator and you're expecting that you're gonna make money quickly, you're not. I'm gonna be brutally honest, it takes a long time. Unless you blow up overnight and you meet all of the requirements for these programs that you can sign up right away and you're making commission off of thousands of people clicking your links, you're not gonna see that money for a very long time, and once you do, it's not gonna be very much. So yeah, that was just my truth bomb for you all. Be patient, it's going to take a long time. But now let me get into each of the individual income streams. So the very first one that I ever had was Google AdSense. So I actually started a blog a couple of months before I started my YouTube channel. I only posted like a couple of blog posts here and there, nothing too crazy. So it didn't have a ton of traffic, but I already had a blog. So I applied for Google AdSense about 5 months into actually doing YouTube and being consistent with my blog. And basically Google AdSense, if you don't know, it's placing ads on your website and getting a little bit of commission off of that. My blog doesn't have crazy traffic, again, because I'm a pretty small account. So most of the time I make like $1 a month, like it's nothing crazy. But my best month, I actually made $27.54. So that was pretty good. And that's something that you'll find if you do have a blog. Things blow up way later. When I made those $27 and I had a couple of months that I did pretty well, it was all from a blog post that I had posted a whole year before. So I don't know why, but it suddenly got picked up, and it was around the fall season, and it was a fall capsule wardrobe blog post. In case you're interested, I'll link it below. So it blew up at that time and I was getting a lot of traffic into my website, and that's why I made almost $30 a month. But on the regular basis, I don't make that much money, especially on slower months. January and February I found are like the worst months for content creation. You don't get almost like any views or any visits. I guess people are like hopping into the new year and they're really focused, or just recovering from all of the holiday stuff. So, you know, a lot of people are not spending money. So right now I'm only making like $1, $2 per month from my blog, but hopefully it'll pick back up again in the later months. So last year between May and December on Google AdSense, I made $76.20. So nothing crazy, but honestly, I'm proud of every little cent that I make, because I never really thought that I could make money from making content that I was just doing for fun. So I don't want it to sound like I'm like, oh, it was only $76. Like, no, that's still a lot of money, even if it was for a whole year. Like, I'm proud of that. But I just want to be realistic with you all and tell you this is how much money realistically I made from being a small creator. Just so that you're not out there like posting your first video and you're like, I'm gonna make like $7,000 this year. Like, I mean, maybe you get lucky and I hope you do, but realistically, you probably won't make that much money. So my next income stream was Amazon affiliates. Another thing I feel like people don't talk about is Amazon does have an Amazon influencer program, but you have to have a lot of followers to be approved. So I've tried applying multiple times and I was still not approved. So I've heard that I think you need to have like 10,000 minimum like subscribers or followers in order to be accepted for the program. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the Amazon affiliate program is much more open to smaller accounts, but that is definitely a great program to start with. So with Amazon affiliates, you basically link a product that you can buy off of Amazon, and if somebody buys the product through your link, then you make a small commission. I've never really been like an Amazon girly, so I didn't really share like a ton of things from Amazon, but there were a couple products that I bought specifically on Amazon that I loved, so I would share those affiliate links and a couple people would buy from those. Something that maybe is not super obvious when you do join an affiliate program is if somebody clicks your link but they don't necessarily buy that specific product, you still make a commission. So let's say, for example, I linked a duvet cover and somebody clicked on the duvet cover link but then decided that they needed shampoo when they bought shampoo on Amazon, you would still make commission off of that sale, because the reason that they went into Amazon was through your link to see the product that you recommended. So that's something really great about affiliate programs in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be that your audience like bought the specific product that you recommended, but just if they bought something in general there, you do make commission, which I think is nice. So I think out of all of my income streams, Amazon affiliate is the one that I make the least money from. So last year between May and December, I made $45.74. So it's not much. And that probably went down a little bit because I started linking Amazon stuff on my LTK, which I'll talk about in a second. But even before that, the commission is so tiny. It really takes a long time to get there. So it's not the best program, but you can definitely still make money off of it. And it's a great starting point because again, they do allow smaller creators with smaller channels or smaller blogs to participate in the program. If you don't really have a lot of followers or anything like that, you might still be able to be approved. So YouTube monetization and LTK happened almost all at the same time. I think it happened within the same week. I was like, oh. But I have like a love-hate relationship with YouTube monetization because I tried so hard to find information before I got monetized to find out like how much money you can make and all of that. Unfortunately, the answer depends. So if you don't know, monetization, you need 4,000 watch hours, which is a ridiculous amount, and 1,000 subscribers in order to be monetized. They've recently introduced a new program where you can get monetized through posting shorts on YouTube. So that's another method. But for that program, I think you need like a bajillion views in order to get monetized. So I think the 4,000 watch hours is still more doable and manageable than the path to monetization through the shorts program. If you want to know about my timeline here on YouTube, I can make a separate video for that, how long it took me to get monetized, some like tips and tricks I've picked up along the way. YouTube is its own beast, so I can definitely make a whole video about that. But from the income standpoint, you basically make a couple of cents on every ad that is viewed on your channel. Now, here's the interesting thing and why I said that it really depends how much money you make from it. The ads that play on your channel pay out different amounts. So you cannot choose what ads play on your channel. That's chosen automatically for you. But to give you an example, I had a video that had like 500 views, so it didn't do like incredibly well on my channel, and let's say it made like $5. And then I had another video that had like 1,000 views and it made like $4. So it really depends. But YouTube AdSense, I think, is the most interesting one because it actually feels like you're making money for what you're doing. I feel like content creation is a really slippery slope for a lot of people because you can put in all of this work and see no return. And I think that the YouTube monetization program is a tiny glimmer of hope because if you put in work and you make a good video and that video gets views, you make money from YouTube AdSense. So that's why I say I have a love-hate relationship with it, because obviously sometimes I'm like bummed out that it's not too much money, but at the same time, if I put in good work and I make good videos or I make multiple videos, I do make money guaranteed from those videos and those views. Whereas if I make like an LTK post or I link from Amazon affiliate, people might not buy from that. Like, it's not guaranteed, right? So with YouTube monetization, I think the misconception is that a lot of YouTubers, that's where all their money comes from. And if you're a small account, that is not the case. If you have a huge account where you're getting like millions of views or even like hundreds of thousands of views, you can probably make like a decent monthly rate from that. But if you're a small account, you don't. If I'm getting like 10,000 views a month and I only make $20, like I would need, oh God, I'm bad at math. I would need 10 times that to make $200 a month. So it's not a lot. I got monetized last year in September, and I had actually one video that absolutely blew up. So most of my videos get like 1,000 views. My video that blew up, I think, got like 30K views. It was crazy. That month I made a lot of money. That month I made over $400. So again, you can see how if you're like a huge account and each one of your videos is making 30K, you can make like $400 from each video basically. So if you post 4 videos, you can make like $1,600 in 1 month, right? So it is doable, but again, you have to be a bigger account. But if you're a small account, I make like 20 bucks a month. Like that's my monthly income from YouTube AdSense. But including that video that blew up, last year between September through December, I made $535.61. So it's pretty good. And then again, this year's been pretty slow. So only January and February, my videos are back to normal, like getting the usual amount of views, nothing crazy. So I've only made $49 from YouTube AdSense between January and February. So that's the more realistic amount of money that you can make. And now my last income stream is LTK. It really depends on your audience's like habits and how you use LTK. So I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But first I want to talk about a couple of truths about the LTK program that I feel like nobody talks about. This is one of those programs that takes forever to get paid out. Right now it's the beginning of March, so only at the end of February last month I received my first paycheck from LTK from commissions that I had made last September. So it took basically 5 months for me to see any money that I had made on LTK. That is because of closing time. So each brand that you can make commission off of from LTK, they have different closing times. So that basically takes into account like whether a customer is going to return something or anything like that. They're not going to pay you money if the customer goes and returns it the next day, right? Each brand is different, but it can take months and months. So I've been monitoring all of my things and seeing when they close. So Amazon closes with within 2.5 to 3 months, but Target takes 4.5 months. Like, they take forever. So even though you have all of these earnings like sitting in your LTK account, you won't see them until months and months later. Each commission is only like a couple of cents, a couple of dollars. So it takes a while to get to that $25 threshold for you to be paid out. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind if you have LTK, or I think there's another program similar to it. It takes a long time. Now, something that I always wonder that like nobody would talk about is Amazon products can be linked through LTK. So I always wondered, what's the difference? Like, is it better to link through Amazon affiliate program or through the LTK program? I personally have found that it's better to link through LTK. Now, pros and cons. Pro, it's more money, which sounds weird. Like, you'd think that the Amazon affiliate program would pay you a higher commission for selling things through their own native program, but the commission is higher from LTK. So huge pro for selling everything through LTK. The con is that Amazon does pay out a little bit faster. So their closing time, I think, is only like a month through their own native program, versus with LTK that it takes 2.5 to 3 months for it to close. So if you want money sooner, then maybe linking things through the Amazon program would be better. But if you want more money, just have to wait a little longer for it, then I would link it through LTK. If you want to link several products, then it's easier to just use LTK and link several products through there. So I said LTK was interesting because it's its own social media platform in a sense. So people can go in there and search for products, and if your post comes up and they buy something from it, you make commission. There's huge accounts on LTK of like people that sell like millions of dollars. So their stuff is always going to come up first, the same way that all the other applications have their own algorithm. So as a small creator, you don't really make a lot of money from like LTK native stuff, unless of course like you have followers on LTK that like check in with the stuff that you buy. Or in my case, like say I share a picture of my room and I link all those items on LTK and then share the LTK link for people to shop through. But I personally have found that most of the money that I make through LTK is actually through my YouTube videos. So whether I make a haul video or I make a day in the life video, I'll link some of my favorite products with an LTK link. So if somebody goes in and clicks it and buys it, then I earn some commission. For me personally, I found that how well I do on LTK is dependent on how well my videos do, right? Because if my videos get a lot of views, then a lot of people are interested in the items that I've listed in the description and will click on them and potentially buy them. Oh, and another thing about LTK is it is a little bit difficult to get into. So I applied first in April, and that was about like 4 months since I had started my content creator journey, and I had about 400 subs on YouTube and 200 Insta followers, and I was referred by a friend, which supposedly if you get referred you have a higher chance of being approved, but I wasn't approved then. And then I applied in September, so about 4 or 5 months later I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 500 on Insta, so 1,500 in total. And that time I applied without a referral and I did get approved. So I think it's safe to say that you need probably at least 1,000 either combined or on one platform in order to be approved, at least from my own experience. But I still think it's worth it to apply through a referral because you get $25 if you are approved automatically, just off the bat. $25 for being referred by a friend, and then your friend also gets $25. So it's a pretty sweet deal, I think. So if you ever need a referral, definitely let me know and I'd be happy to help. But just keep in mind you'll probably need a minimum amount, otherwise you'll get denied, and then you have to wait I think at least 4 months before you're able to apply again. So just keep that in mind. So from September to December I made $592.87. I had that one video that blew up like crazy, and that's basically where I made all of my money, from that one video, people clicking in through the LTK links and buying some of the stuff I mentioned. Now it's kind of hard to get like a monthly value for that because again it'll depend on your audience and their like shopping habits and all of that. I personally struggle with this, and this is something again that I feel like content creators don't talk about. Like if you want to make money through affiliate links, you have to be a salesperson, and unfortunately as a content creator that's kind of how you make money, whether it be through affiliate links or through if you do sponsorships. Like you're trying to sell someone something, and so that's something that I feel like nobody talks about. Like I didn't sign up to do that. I just want to make videos, you know, like I just want to make videos and cute content. Like that's all I want to do. But if I want to make money, unfortunately I rely on people buying things from me or watching my videos. That's my job, right? So I always struggle a lot with that because I never want to feel like I'm pushing things onto people. I've seen a lot of content creators, like they can make a lot of money from LTK or Amazon affiliates and all of that, but it feels like they're constantly pushing things in your face of like, you need this, Amazon must have. I've never been that person, and I never will be that person like telling you need something. Like, I just share what I like, and maybe if we have the same taste, you'll like the same thing too. That's the tricky thing about being a content creator. It's like, obviously I want to make money, but I'm not going to compromise my beliefs or anything like that to try to make money. Like, maybe I could make a lot more money if I was making very specific videos. Haul videos do so well, like people love to watch haul videos, but again, it costs money. It costs money to make haul videos, so I'm not gonna be making 4 haul videos every single month because I don't have that kind of money, you know? So obviously, like really big accounts, like they already have money, so they can spend money to then make back the money. But as a small creator, you don't really have that startup money for you to work with. So, but anyways, I'm rambling. So last year altogether with my 5 income streams, I made almost $3,000, but only about 1,200 of that was from my like more content creator income stream, so not counting Facebook Marketplace. It's not a livable income but it's enough that I can continue like buying things for my home and making videos about it and sharing it with you all. If you're ever wondering like, how can I support my favorite small content creators, honestly, you don't have to spend money. Like, you can just drop a like or comment. That helps to push the video out to other people. And again, just watching our videos, because on YouTube you can make AdSense money from that. And then the very last thing, if you want to buy yourself something nice then use our links and we'll get a little bit of commission from that as well. So I hope this video was helpful for you all. I wish that somebody had told me all of this before I started, because I had so many questions, and I still have a lot of questions about content creating as a whole, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I like to be completely transparent with you all. I have been since the beginning so if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. If there's another video that you would like to see from me, I'm happy to share more about my journey of becoming a content creator. My best advice for you as a small content creator is to have multiple income streams. So I didn't make a ton of money off of each individual income stream, but altogether it was a pretty decent amount. Diversify your income streams. There's many more income streams that content creators can have that I personally haven't done. So you can sell your own products, that's definitely one. You can make courses, that's another. My goal for this year is to add another income stream from sponsorships. So hopefully I can get at least 1 paid sponsorship this year. Everybody wish me luck. I'll try and share at the end of this year how much I made for the whole year so that you can get an idea, and also so you can see patterns of like what months do really well and what months do really bad because there is a bit of a wave there. But I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon in another video. Bye!